Listing on the OTC Pink Market, operated by OTC Markets Group, is a relatively straightforward process compared to listing on major exchanges like the NYSE or NASDAQ, as it has minimal requirements and less regulatory oversight. The OTC Pink is the lowest tier of the OTC markets and is designed for a wide range of companies, including small startups, foreign firms, or those unable or unwilling to meet stricter reporting standards. I have completed many OTC Pink listings over the last 25 years, and in this video I will detail the process, timeline, and the costs associated with an OTC Pink market listing. First, understanding the OTC Pink market. The OTC Pink, sometimes called the Pink Sheets, is an open marketplace with no minimum financial standards or mandatory disclosure requirements for companies. It is split into three categories based on the level of information provided. Current information. Companies voluntarily provide current disclosures, e.g. financials, via the OTC Markets website. Limited information. Companies provide some disclosure but not enough to be current. An example of this would be outdated or incomplete financial disclosure. And no information. Companies provide no public information. Unlike the OTCQB or OTCQX tiers, the OTC Pink market does not require SEC registration or audited financials, making it accessible but also riskier for investors. Second, ensure your company's eligibility to list on the OTC Pink Sheets. There are no strict financial or operational prerequisites, such as minimum revenue, share price, or market cap to list on the OTC Pink. Companies can be U.S.-based or foreign, and they can range from legitimate small businesses to distressed or speculative entities. However, to be quoted and traded, the company must comply with Rule 15c2-11 under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, which requires a broker-dealer to have certain current information about the company before initiating a quotation. Third, you must have a sponsoring market maker to list on the OTC Pink market. OTC Pink market securities are traded through a broker-dealer network, not a centralized exchange. To get listed, you need a market maker, also commonly referred to as a registered broker-dealer, to sponsor your company and quote your stock. Syndicate Legal Services work with a number of FINRA-registered broker-dealers with experience in OTC markets. They will act as your intermediary with OTC Markets Group and FINRA, while Syndicate Legal Services will provide legal and compliance support to your company. Fourth, submitting Form 211 to FINRA. The sponsoring market maker must file a Form 211 with the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, commonly referred to as FINRA, to initiate quoting your stock on the OTC Pink market. As part of this process, the market maker must provide basic company information such as name, address, and business description, evidence of compliance with Rule 15c2-11, which typically includes current public information like financial statements, shareholder details, and operational status. This information does not need to be audited or filed with the SEC, but it must be sufficient for the market maker to justify quoting the stock. FINRA reviews the submission and, if approved, assigns a ticker symbol and allows the market maker to begin quoting your stock. Fifth, provide disclosure. This is optional, but is highly encouraged. While not required, providing some level of disclosure can place your company in the current information or limited information category, making it more attractive to investors. To achieve current information status, you must submit disclosures such as financial statements and annual reports via the OTC Markets OTCIQ platform, a process that we at Syndicate Legal Services can assist you with. These disclosures should be updated at least every 6 months. Companies that provide no information will default to the no information category, which may signal higher risk to investors. 6. Pay fees. There are no direct listing fees charged by OTC Markets Group for the OTC Pink tier itself. However, market makers typically charge fees for filing Form 211 and initiating quotes. Also, it is important to note here that most market makers want the company to have a minimum of 25 to 50 shareholders that are not members of the company that have purchased shares of the company's stock. Also, these shareholders should be holding no less than 100 shares. Though OTC Markets Group has no minimum shareholder requirement, it will be very difficult to engage a market maker for an OTC Pink market listing with less than 25 to 50 shareholders. if you choose to use OTCIQ for disclosures. There may be subscription costs, which is typically around $5,000 to $10,000, depending on the level of services. Syndicate Subscription Legal Plans provides OTC Pink listing services through its Basic, Basic Plus, and Complete Corporate Subscription Legal Services plans. 7. Begin trading. Once FINRA approves a Form 211, the market maker can start quoting your stock on the OTC Pink market. Your stock will be assigned a ticker symbol, and trading can commence through the OTC Link ATS, which is an alternative trading system operated by OTC Markets Group. Investors can then buy and sell shares through brokers that offer OTC trading. 8. Timeline. The process can take anywhere from a few weeks to a couple of months, depending on the market maker's efficiency, FINRA's review speed, and the completeness of your documentation.